Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Steve Murray. I'm the Stellaris game director, and this is not my normal Italian.
No, it is not. I'm a different kind of Italian. I'm Lorenzo Berni. I'm the managing tech lead of Stellaris.
I brought him here because that way he can answer technical questions and things like that during today's stream. Today I'm going to be playing on the open beta update that we just put live, and he's going to be reading the questions and trying to distract me so I die horribly.
So, yes, let's go with as many questions as you want, if you want Steven to actually die. Not Steven, not you, not you directly. I didn't mean that. Come on.
Okay, so I guess technically we're like a minute or two early. So my idea this time is that I need to be relatively vanilla here because I'm going to be constantly distracted by everyone. Bam, there we go. So I was going to just take the Commonwealth of Man because they're one of the more popular empires, and just play through on, relatively default settings except Starburst because I like it better than Elliptical, and Ensign because, that way it's default things. This way we would see some of the changes that came in the Cetus update, like the ships and the technology and economy and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Go Grand Admiral. No, it's going to be tough enough as is while trying to answer questions. So I'm taking it easy. It was funny. We have our Dev MP every Thursday, immediately before this stream, actually. And we were doing single player this time because we're just testing some new systems and things like that. And I was on fastest, and I'd basically just hit go, and it would snap to the next event. It was just like, it's like time travel.
It was end game.
Not quite that. Not quite that good. But, I'm going to leave us down here so you can see us, looking back and forth and looking lost and stuff like that.
And making weird facial expressions while looking at the questions.
Okay. I'm not going to be reading a lot of these things because you've seen these events before. The main things that we're doing here are economy and changes along those lines. So things that some people may not have seen before, if you haven't been on the open beta branch, is that we've changed how ships work. So, Corvettes, for example, are now size 5. Oh, this doesn't have the fix for the icons yet. That's currently an MR. They have more hull points than they used to generally. A lot of the components are better. It's not as visible right now since we're at the tier 1 ships. But as we get further into the game and get to like cruisers and battleships and things like that, they're noticeably more expensive. Upkeep is higher. They are sturdier. The intent here is that they are more meaningful to your fleets. Fleets are smaller, things like that. So let's see. We've got some questions here.
I see. So let me read it for you. Mm-hmm. Hi, I have a couple of questions solely about balance. Any plans on balancing the advanced governments, especially cybernetic ones? Any plans to further balance cybernetic ascension? Ascension.
Yeah.
What about psionic and a common request about untying divine conduit from Imperial?
These are all possibilities. We may do some minor balance changes to the advanced governments during the remaining beta. We're currently switching back towards bug fixing and balance. I can't specifically say whether or not we're going to hit any specific ones. I don't think that we're going to be doing much with the psionic divinity thing for 4.3 because that's one of those places where I'd rather let the content designers cook a little bit and make sure that everything still makes sense afterwards.
We also have another question here. This is more game related. If you make a custom UNE and the Commonwealth in multiplayer, are they supposed to be the same humans?
If you take one of the UNE or the Commonwealth of Man and you edit them, I believe that they inherit the Human 1 and Human 2 tags that we use to set up the special interactions between them. Mm-hmm. But this has changed so many times during the last 10 years that I'm not entirely sure exactly what will happen. Mm-hmm. You will have to, if you change any of the species traits or anything like that, or the name of the species or anything like that, then they will absolutely end up as different major species. But as long as one of them is Lost Colony and the other one is not, it might work. Your mileage may vary. Okay. So, let's see. Back on Unity itself, most of this is very similar. The economic numbers have changed somewhat because we've reduced a lot of things like physicist output and things like that. Unity output is lower. We've basically streamlined a lot of the overheated economy that was in 4.0 down to a more reasonable level. There's fewer things that go super linear. We don't have things that, or many of the things that add increased production, like +1 mineral per miner, have been reduced, so these curves go less out of control. And there's almost nothing that is jobs per pop, because that was almost guaranteed to go completely out of control. Can we get a pirate origin or civic someday? We have treasure hunters, but you may end up seeing more at some point. It's possible. Everybody loves pirates.
Pirates are such a cool fantasy.
Marauders are a cool fantasy too. We should do something with them. Let's see.
So we're talking about what about event spam?
Let's see. A question. Please make the game less about event spam and more about sim, strategic planning, strategic map, assets on the map, like interactive megastructures. So tired of event spam as an OG player of Stellaris. That event pacing is one of the things that is always a concern among the CDs. So. Okay, I'm going to start actually playing because otherwise
and
we won't
as soon as you start, I'm going to start
asking
with the questions.
questions?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I already have one here.
Fantastic.
As soon as you unpause, I'm going to start with the questions.
New sit rep.
I mean, I did unpause.
Okay.
That's why we had the hunt for the hyacinth.
But then, did 4.0 change the default planet density?
Yeah, we made some changes to the galaxy map, and in fact, in 4.3, we reduced it a little bit more. We increased it a little bit in Infernals by not entirely on purpose, which is why I drew it back a little bit in 4.3.
Another question from the Gigas team. What ended up getting the single ship fleet splitting bug fixed? My guess is someone...
I fixed it.
Oh,
I basically, as soon as it got reported, I was like, "Oh, I know exactly what's causing that." And it
was it the one that you were talking about, the fleet where the splitting and then splitting?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, the you're gonna get me killed already.
Yes.
So basically, we had the issue of if a single ship was greater in size than your command limit, then it would go, hey, this fleet is bigger than its command limit. We should split this in two. So it would split it as evenly as possible. So one ship in one fleet, 0 in the other. And then the very next day, it would go, hey, this fleet is above its command limit. We should split it in two. So I just added a thing in there that, hey, only split the fleet if it has more than one ship in it. So things like Frostgar will no longer put itself into a new fleet every single day.
So I have more questions. Okay, so let's start with the next one. Any plans of bringing back the possibility to select assembled pops?
That's something that I'd like to do at some point. I've actually asked our UX designer to figure out how we should be putting it back in, because it is kind of a necessary thing for mechanical assembly. For organic pop assembly, we will likely stick with the every species gets assembled simultaneously that we did with organics.
And another question. Oh, this is interesting. It's not the right time yet. Oh, okay, now it's the right time.
It just paused. I heard that.
Are there any plans for internal politics, ethics changes?
Right now, I'm not happy with how ethics shifts, especially, kind of slosh around. They don't behave the way that they feel that they should. So I would like the team to revisit that at some point and make a little bit more sense. The important thing is that it feels like the pops are like, hey, something happened. Our militarist ethics attraction goes up. Look, we have no more militarists in our empire now. That's the fantasy and feel that needs to happen. And also, the way we have it right now is very bad for performance because all of our pops, especially if you're something like Cybernetic Creed, are flip-flopping between factions and things like that every single day.
Yeah. Why don't you cap small ships and uncap titans?
What was that? Why don't I cap small ships and uncap titans?
Yes, that is exactly the question.
Because we need lots of small ships. Oh. So we want Titans originally had their cap because we wanted them to be extremely special and limited. They have powerful auras. Auras are also terrible for performance. So we were like, okay, you can't have more than, I think originally 13 of them. Now we're limiting you to I think 10 with the new numbers. In 4.3, the Perdition beams also do an AoE attack, so we really don't want you to have 50 of those. Once again, performance. Will kill anything for performance.
Oh yeah. So, are you guys decoupling ascension trees from traditions at any point?
I don't have any intention to do so. Is there a reason why I would?
I need more slots, is the reason.
Oh. That makes sense. I mean, we have a lot of tradition trees. We have no plan on doing so right now. Maybe one day. But probably not.
I have a question. It's about RAM consumption in late game. It exceeds and hips a lot as soon as you load the game in crisis stages.
Sorry, what was that?
It is about RAM consumption in late game.
That's a question for you, not for me.
It is. I actually...
Answer it. Answer it before you die.
Oh my god. So well, every single
hey, chat,
object...
what should I take? Which tradition do we want to start with? I'm perfectly willing to do something terrible. There, I'll let this sit for a while people post what I should take there.
Anyway, returning on the topic of RAM, every single object in the game takes a space in memory, and around the end of the game we have many more objects, game objects that we have. It can be ships, it can be planets, colonies, it can be...
This is dirty. I'm auto doing all of my science ships. Okay, I've got a prosperity, adaptability. Sorry, I interrupted you. Aptitude.
No, that is okay.
You're the one who's supposed to be reading this, not me.
I didn't really have an interesting answer to that. It's just that we have many more objects. And of course, there is work that is done to rationalize the amount of memory that is used and try to keep it to the minimum. Sometimes, though, putting more stuff in memory makes it less calculation heavy and improves the performances. So there is a balance to strike between the two things.
System reconnaissance completed.
Let's see, we got diplomacy.
Complete.
Discovery. Okay, so nobody said the same thing twice in a row. Expansion.
What did you take?
I haven't taken anything yet. We haven't had a duplicate yet. Oh, there's a second discovery.
Oh, the third discovery. I
Peace
guess
is a
we have a
choke point, it
winner.
is.
We have a winner.
I can take enmity. We are the Commonwealth of Man.
Nah.
We hate everyone. That's our thing. Humanity first.
Okay, then. Next
Discovery. Discovery. Okay, it looks like we're going Discovery, which actually makes sense as an early one.
So, I have another question. Can we get a Frostoid species pack someday to complete the trio?
By the way, I just hit fastest just so people can see this. It's bonkers.
It's very cool.
This is what I was saying that when I was playing earlier today, I was just like, oh, I'd like to see what happens. So, yeah. So it's just going from event to event. Bam!
Oh my god, it's fast.
Yeah. We need service.
So, the question about Frostoids. What do you think about that?
It could happen. We kind of hit frost or frozen worlds a little bit in aquatics because we've got the frozen asteroid mining or ice mining in order to increase the size of your water planets. It could happen though. Like there's a lot of Arctic sort of creatures and things like that that could exist.
Not a big fan of the name Frostoids though. I don't know, it feels like... I don't know what it feels like, but...
It feels like outside. It's really, really cold in Stockholm right now.
So...
I should actually be like expanding my borders and doing things instead of just sitting here and not doing much of anything and playing on fastest. I'm down to fast because I'd like to actually be able to do things.
I see. Is there any plan to rework the Sue for Peace system?
Oh, please.
Like removing
Can
individual empire.
can we do something where like so things that I want are I'm the Commonwealth of Man. Look, I'm the Commonwealth of Man.
Yes.
The human, like in the Apocalypse trailers, there was the humans fighting the Gamma aliens when they destroyed the colony of Europa 7. And the Commonwealth of Man came in and then joined the war and kicked the crap out of the Gamma aliens. That's something that I'd really like to see in Stellaris.
Yes, that would be actually pretty cool. Right?
And then I'd also like to see, people piecing out of wars, being like, yeah, this got a little hairier than I expected. How about I bribe the enemy to let me out?
Yeah.
And the other one that I'd like is, I am your vassal, and you have overextended yourself, and now I'm going to stab you in the back.
Yeah.
So these are all changes that I'd love to see to the war resolution, or not war resolution system, but the war system in general. The other one that I'd like to see there is we are allies, or actually we are not allies. We are both beating up on this poor guy. You have taken over half of their planets. I have taken over half of their planets. And now we've stalled because neither of us can take all of the planets. So that's another thing I'd love to see fixed.
What about the specific fantasy? I don't know if it's like coming from your own heritage, but you are in a war on a side, and you decide at some point that you want to go in the same war, but on the other side.
Oh, I wonder. That never happens. Never
happened in the history of history. Yeah.
But yeah, if you were able to leave a war in progress and join a war in progress, then you'd be able to pull that off. So I think that would be neat.
Construction complete.
So, performance has been great for me in 4.3. Are there any bugbears you're still trying to prevent? Is bugbear some kind of slang for...
like things that are, problems that you want to prevent, especially spiky issues.
I mean, we are looking at a lot of things at the moment, but we do not have specific leads on something that we're ready to say, that's going to be the next thing we're going to cut out. But we are still working hard into looking at what can be improved and made better.
System reconnaissance completed.
Any chance?
I just realized I was nice to a bunch of Xenos as the Commonwealth of Man. I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's so immersion breaking. Why would you do that?
Well, we're going to exhibit this art monument and then throw things at it.
Good.
We're just proving that, aliens cannot create proper art.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry I failed you all.
Any chance we'll see a deepening of leaders, having their history, battles, going to achievements log, relationships to the other leaders?
I don't think that we're likely to make Stellaris significantly more character-focused, like CK is.
Science division.
There's a lot of interesting stories that could be told there, but I think we would want to stick more towards the empires versus empires. Paragons went a long way towards some of that, but I don't think we'll likely go super deep in that.
So, are there any amenities changes for hive minds planned?
Just general balance.
And what is the main thing that 4.3 does? Show them what it does.
The main thing that it does is this.
Yes. Look at that. This is what 4.3 does. Mainly.
It makes time fly. This is our time travel DLC. It's not a DLC. It's a free update. It's a custodian update.
Yeah.
Construction complete.
Okay, slightly more technical question. But is there any chance the modders might get some kind of array list data structures in the game anytime soon? I see you files getting something like that. I am not aware of any plan of adding additional support on script. We usually do that. We extend the scripting language usually when we find the need.
When we need it.
Exactly. When we find the need internally to develop for it. But I think there is a forum or there is a place for modders that they can do the request, and then we look into that, and if something is feasible.
And plus, we do read the suggestion form, so if there is something that would help you out with a mod, let us know, and we might end up doing it. We'll prioritize it accordingly.
Yeah. Is it out yet? I think
is
I
what
am
I did.
reading the question out of context, but
Probably.
any 4.5 spoiled? 4.5. Jumping 2
4.5.
versions. Oh my
4.5 is a custodian update, probably, and I want to fix bugs and improve humans.
Humans.
I don't know. I'm making stuff up now.
I see. So, is there really no plans to make Hive mind able to sustain individual pops like individual can sustain drones?
Anomaly found.
That is actually something that Iggy has had on his I would like to do this list forever.
He's really into Hive mind.
Yes, he is very hive-minded.
I see. Any plans on changing how trade works? It currently is very misleading since all trade policies always keep some trade, which forces spending it in the market. This is logical, but lowers acquisitive power of the trade nation while boosting acquisitive power of non-trade nations, severely nerfing trade and making the only viable path insane mass production.
I disagree that trade-based empires are underpowered in any way. They can be... If you focus on it, you can do some pretty ridiculous things with trade builds.
Oh. Oh, there is a question. Next DLC when?
Sometime in the future.
It's gonna arrive exactly at the moment when it's supposed to.
Believe me, you'll know when we're ready to announce that sort of thing.
Yes.
Right now, I'm not... I've said a couple times that I'm not super interested in locking ourselves into a timeline until
Our
we
pioneers
feel that
made
we need to.
planetfall.
Last year was kind of stressful.
Oh my god. I was hitting a computer with my leg.
Don't kick the computer.
No. Not a good idea. How's it going there?
Ooh. Surface expedition located the repurposed field station and its lone occupant. Identifying herself as a stranded scientist who has endured this harsh world for years, she offers her expertise to the Commonwealth of Man in exchange for a rescue. No. You're... No. Just go away.
Are there plans to
They're not
improve
human.
planet automation or replace it with a better feature like planet templates?
Recon pass completed.
So the reason we're laughing is because so planetary automation is a system that currently is not working at all,
It's working as implemented.
Construction complete.
which is not working.
No.
I have asked for someone who's sitting next to me to prioritize fixing the bug that is preventing planetary automation from understanding how district specializations work and getting stuck on certain things.
Yeah.
It has been prioritized. We're hoping it's one of the ones I have listed as must fix for 4.3.
Yeah.
But yeah, not necessarily all of the must fix things will get fixed by then.
Yeah, the must is more of a guideline, you know.
Like
No.
the pirate code.
We are trying to get on top of everything that we really want to fix, and we have a long list. We are very ambitious.
It is one of the highest rated ones, though, because it would help a lot, especially once we're pretty. Oh, hey, have you seen this one, by the way?
What?
Construction
No, not
complete.
that one. Expansion planner. Nah.
Uh-huh.
Look, nothing. If you hit colonizable, then some of it will appear, but by default, it shows a lot of nothing.
Nice. Is it intended?
No.
Ah, okay. You were showing me a bug.
I was showing you a bug.
That is like so subtle way to.
People asked me about it last week,
Ah, okay.
and I mentioned it in some random channel. So it's in Jira.
Okay.
Any plans to make Stellaris playable on mobile? Oh, no.
On what?
Mobile.
I don't even know where you found the question.
It's right there. It's on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
See, over here.
Oh, yeah. Mobile, it depends. I mean, I guess a Steam Deck is
Steam
also
Deck is mobile, right?
Yeah, you can move it around. A laptop is also mobile
Construction.
somehow.
Don't you have phones?
I guess you can play on some kind of Windows tablet of some sort. Hopefully, maybe.
Construction complete.
It does work on the Steam Deck.
Yes.
System reconnaissance.
Will there ever be a fifth ascension path? What could
it
the
could
fifth
happen.
ascension path be?
Apotheosis into an energy being. I don't know. That's just like off the top of my head.
But it's actually quite cool. Though.
Yeah, it would be cool.
It would be pretty
Are you
cool.
writing that down? Okay.
Men I'd rather know.
It's okay. We can just watch the video on demand of this
Yeah.
stream. And then let's see. Are you guys aware, I assume yes, about the migration robot bugs? Yes. So this one is a fun one. This is a quality of life change that I made biting us. So back before 4.3, if you wanted slaves or non-sapient robots to migrate, you had to build a slave processing plant. And they wouldn't auto-migrate before then. So you would have all of your normal pops that are on your other planets going around taking up all these specialist jobs and ruler jobs. And then only at the end would the robots end up going to the places where there were worker jobs. Now, however, I was like, oh, I'll be nice and remove that because, even though they're property, we're trying to remove like points of friction and things like that. And now all of the non-sapient robots are going, hey, there's some elite jobs on this planet. We should all go over there and try to take them. And then the next month they're like, hey, there's some elite jobs on this planet. We should all go over there and take them. Because once again, at the end of the day, everything comes down to performance. When we set up auto-migration in the first place, we tried to minimize the number of checks that existed at all. Since most pops would promote into any job, we just went, hey, are there any open jobs on this planet that we could possibly take? And that's why right now it's like, oh, I've got a biotrophy job open. A bunch of robots will go over there and be like, can I have that job? And the answer is no. Robots do not eat ice cream. Or there's this sweet politician job and Cleaner Bot 2000 would really like to take it. So that is the true story of why all of these robots surge over to try to take jobs.
So I have more questions.
Too much information.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why people are watching this, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, I'm like not paying attention at all. Hey, keep digging. How long has this been open?
Will there be any changes to robotists in a fully virtual empire? They can produce amenities since they don't produce pops anymore.
I don't think we're planning on any major changes to virtual empires. If you are finding unusual things, then post them in suggestions, and the designers will read it.
Cat, girl, species pack. When?
That would make a lot of money. No, probably not. Well, maybe.
We don't like money.
Go to the suggestion forum, and if you get 2,000 people to say I want this, then I'll make the video read it.
Don't commit it.
No, I won't commit to it. But,
have you ever thought of making the randomized empire option a little more detailed?
yes, actually, this is one of the PDT projects that one of the programmers was working on. You want to talk about it, or should I?
I mean, I
I
can talk a little bit about it.
It's really cool, actually.
Go ahead.
Okay. He basically, in Empire Creation, he's added dice to a bunch of different things. So you can be like, I would like to reroll this part, or I would like to set these. And I don't remember if it's a lock or something like that, or if it's just you go through and you can line item randomize things.
Yeah. That's we basically slapped the dice button on plenty of components in the Empire Creation.
And right now it's a mess UI-wise because they're like all over the place, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is actually quite nice, especially if there are parts of the Empire Creation that you're not really interested in, or if there are parts of the Empire Creation that you wanna,
Just leaves a chance.
Yeah, get to try something new. It's like, oh, I always play this kind of Empire. What if I play it but with a twist? Silo wards when? I want my galactic warehouse specialization.
That's kind of a cool idea. It'll be useful for the obsessional directive empires and the people who are going for the Galatron. Just imagine an Ecumenopolis that's just a giant storage warehouse.
Yeah. Think about the people living there. What is your job? Everybody's like, oh, our purpose on this planet is to hold stuff.
So you can sort things too.
Yeah, I mean, sure. But I don't know.
I'm honestly kind of surprised I haven't been eaten by a Cthulhu yet. Speaking of which, I'll get prepared for that.
Speaking of empire creation, any plans to give it a
Anomaly found.
facelift? I have so many custom empires by this point, it is a mess.
One of the frequent requests is some sort of sorting or folders or something like that for the prescripted empires, or
Yes.
sorting or filtering or anything.
Yeah.
Anomaly
I mean, I
found.
guess it would be cool, right?
It would
to
be
have
cool.
some kind of filter in there. The problem that I see is that it's one more thing to maintain, but I will admit
Construction
it.
complete.
I don't know. Maybe we could think about it. I don't know.
Maybe.
System
maybe.
reconnaissance completed.
Maybe. Yeah. We can settle for
Science
maybe.
division report success. Construction
Maybe
complete.
it's not exciting. Oh,
Any plans to revisit the older fallen empires, or maybe add new ones beyond the Hive fallen empire?
I was going to say, we just added a new one.
But I want us to revisit.
No, we would like to unsubscribe from this newsletter, you filthy Xeno scum.
I thought it was the answer to the question.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I was busy insulting the cat people over here.
It was about, adding new.
Oh, adding new fallen empires.
or revisiting the older ones.
It's maybe. The fallen empires are scary. The CD team, the content designers, scream in terror every time we. Ooh, this is an ill omen.
New sitrep.
Gotta go deal with that.
I have heard rumors that one of the
It would be
things
cool,
that
though.
people really are scared of is reworking the war in heaven.
Which means that we should rework the war in heaven in order to make it less scary. That's clearly.
Looks like a punishment if you say it like that.
Construction complete.
So, have you considered allowing for ethic biases in galaxy generation? For example, setting a militarist bias so most empires are more on the militarist side of the galaxy.
I hadn't considered that, but it's an interesting idea.
Hmm?
Because that way you could make the galaxy more like what you're. We should also fix this, because, here the Lord High Admiral gives ship starting XP and naval capacity 1%. Or the Standard Bearer gives naval capacity 1%. Which one will I take?
So, sorry, but Standard Bearer is much cooler name.
It is pretty cool.
No, I mean, I will definitely want... or you can have both, maybe.
I
That is the
can
point.
have both.
Yeah,
actually,
that's the point,
technically.
right?
That is the point.
Yeah. It's like, the Lord High Admiral and the assistant with the flag.
That was.
How about fix basic AI issues first?
AI is one of the priorities that we currently have. Planetary automation and AI are the two remaining things that I'd like. Well, and game balance and bug fixing. Okay. Ruthless efficiency, yes.
Yeah.
Are the main things that I have the designers focusing on for the remainder of 4.3.
It is always a little bit of a difficulty, a challenge to balance AI in a way that it keeps personality and it doesn't just try to play the game perfectly, but also that it keeps being competent and using the game to its full depth.
Or any level of it.
Was it intentional to not allow us to build the shipyards while having the Beastmaster Civic?
As the Beastmaster Civic, I believe you're supposed to build the Beast ports.
That sounds very cool, but okay, so you don't. You actually
Probably.
Can do
Anomaly
it,
found.
you can
They,
do
they
the
have
ships.
they have their custom ones, don't they?
I don't remember actually. Any plans on introducing dynamic
New
difficulty? Oh,
For like a crisis and stuff.
yes, for AI or the crisis.
it's-
But it disappeared midway when I was reading it. That's why I got a little bit confused.
It's something that we've talked about occasionally internally, but
We have claimed a new world.
problem or one of the slight difficulties with a dynamic one is that I guess it would be a separate option that you'd set in settings, whether you want it to be dynamic or not. It's something that we could theoretically do, especially with the new Create Fleet that we've just gotten. Previously, this would have been incredibly painful scripting exercise, but as of late, we've gotten a couple more tools for creating an arbitrary fleet out of a certain number of ship designs, as opposed to having to manually create a number of different options for different scalings.
Yeah.
So it's something that we could consider.
How about, this is interesting, how about Origin that
Construction
allows you
complete.
to take 2 ascension pots?
Recon pass
However,
completed.
really hard to early game as a penalty.
That's very unlikely to happen because the Ascensions are, one, incredibly overpowered, and having 2 of them would be astoundingly overpowered, most likely. And so they also don't necessarily mesh very well. Like if you're virtual and biological, that would be weird, or, things like that.
Psionic robots.
Psionic robots? We have psionic robots.
I know.
We have psionic robots at home.
I know. Oh.
So we've got visual anomalies.
Oh.
We can continue external studies, but we're the Commonwealth.
Yeah, I think brute force is the answer.
So that's going to end badly, but
Is it? Oh, yeah. We already know how it would.
but back to the dynamic difficulty thing. I am interested in expanding the settings, the advanced settings of the game. So anything like that's the type of thing that could be potentially interesting.
Yeah. Any chance of mind wardens? I can't speak today. I'm sorry. I picked the wrong day to be
I
on
shouldn't
stream.
have had you reading all the questions, though.
Any chance of mind wardens getting some cool interaction with psionic pops?
They should.
Construction
That's
complete.
one of those. We'd like to deepen that at some point, but no timeline. Because they have some things where like they will spurn diplomatic stuff with empires that have gone psionic, but they should probably have more direct issues with psionic pops in general. And also they should be able to remove that piece of the brain that makes you psionic.
How do you say lobotomy?
Construction complete.
I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a fountain. No.
Skywatch is
Oh.
new sit rep.
Let's see. Any chance for Landless or nomad empires? That would be cool. You could, build no borders and claim no worlds or something like that. That'd be neat.
It would be actually pretty cool, right?
It would actually be really cool.
Anomaly found.
Just click.
Yes, I agree. All psionics should be nerf
Recon
stabled
pass
anyways.
completed.
You can't let these evil thoughts linger. Otherwise,
Science
untoward
division.
things might happen.
How are we doing there?
I don't know. I'm not actually playing very well because I'm spending more time reading the thing and I'm kind of just clicking on stuff.
You only have 2 envoys. I like to play with a lot of envoys usually.
Well, then don't play the Commonwealth of Man.
Science division report success.
Ah. Whoa. Mysterious. Ah. Team Norton. We should kill them. We're not capable of it right now though, because
System reconnaissance completed.
things like space fauna are much bigger threats nowadays than they were originally.
Is there some kind of rebalancing
System
needed for
reconnaissance
that?
completed.
Or
No, that's intentional.
Okay.
Because for a very, very long time, things like and I should set this to favor insights. For a very, very long time, things like space fauna were just speed bumps because your starting fleet could generally take care of them. And that meant that they were mostly meaningless. When we reduced the power of fleets in general, we did not touch those intentionally because we wanted them to be much more dangerous.
Can us materialists take psionic ascension?
Yeah, Materialists can take psionic ascension. It's sometimes difficult for them to get psionic theory, but it's possible. And it's much more possible now than it used to be. Like, you used to have to jump through crazy hoops in order to get them to even admit that psionics existed.
Recon pass completed.
What is a periverse drive? Okay, now that's a question to another user.
Let's see. That reminds me, the nerf stapling part. Please give a nerve-stapled suppressed equivalent trait for cybernetics. We need to install firmware and stuff. You know, not dystopian enough that we can't. Yeah, that's probably true. And generally, the cybernetic versions of these things are 1 point cheaper, right? Yay, I can build energy stuff. Hey, basic look and feels. Oh yeah, that's that thing that I blew up. Nothing bad happened. You guys are way too emotional. I don't know if that's us or them, but it's probably us.
I am not sure. I have trouble following. Could we get a demolish all button to quickly clean up a conquered colony?
Look, a novel zoonotic disease has appeared on this planet.
Damn.
Without medical technology required to combat the infection, the populace is quickly succumbing to misery and death.
Damn casinos.
So we should watch and learn, right? I mean, we could promote the disease, but that is
No.
that's kind of messed up even for us.
Yeah.
So let's just watch this.
There was a question that I read, and I don't remember. Oh yes, the demolish all button to quickly clean up a conquered colony. Let me. Yeah, there was a question. If you are considering adding a demolish all.
We have not really been considering that. It's something that could happen.
Hmm?
We have Betharian. Nice. Okay, I guess this is a mining world. Weird. I'm intentionally making a mining world.
New sit rep.
What are the long-term ideas you have to create more interesting internal dynamics with factions and pops? Nothing as overwhelming as Victoria, but something a bit more interesting to interact with.
There are a lot of ideas regarding internal politics on the design team. I won't go into them yet. Perhaps if we end up doing something along those lines, which we probably will at some point. You can read some of the, wish list dev diaries that I've had occasionally. There I probably spoiled some of the things that I've been wanting to do. But yeah, factions could be way more interesting than they are right now.
Is there a plan for resolving tech bloat issues in bioships and space fauna? There are too many tiny techs that keep block tech choices.
Not really. We don't have a good solution for that right now. We've discussed a couple times doing stuff in policies to further skew what sort of things that you want. Like possibly being able to just be like, I don't want any space fauna tech. Just ban them. That sort of thing. But it always ends up being sort of like an awkward user experience.
Can
you make a priority queue for automatic research?
I don't think we're planning on doing that. It would... You would need...
How would you make it?
Yeah, you would need to see the entire tech tree or something like that and select priority nodes or something like that. Or get a list of all of the available techs and, be like, I want them in this order.
Yeah.
It's something we probably could do, but...
But wouldn't it be like... it would be, of course, good for the optimization of builds, but wouldn't it be like a little bit immersion breaking? It's like, oh, this is all the tech you can ever search. I don't know. Well.
You can see all that if you just RTA.
Yeah.
So, it's not like it's super hidden.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, the zoonotic disease continues to spread. The major settlements have been infected. As mortality rates continue to rise, the sheer scale of the disaster is unprecedented. Perhaps unsurprisingly, numerous warlords have risen to fill the power vacuum. Neat. Oh wait, neat is not supposed to be my... we're not interfering with this. This is, survival of the fittest, etc.
Special project complete.
As support district for basic resources are gone, what are you supposed to build in the special district now on basic resource focused planets?
There's plenty of other buildings that you can put in there. Like here, I've got this mining world. But, there's all of these. Strongholds.
Will the power creep continue in future DLCs, or will you try to keep a stable balance after this economy reset in 4.3?
I would ideally like to...
Permanent communications have been established with an alien empire.
We want to kill the Tianki, right?
Yeah.
eliminate.
Yeah.
I would ideally like to reduce the rate of power bloat that we've had. Like the Arc of Ascension did increase things pretty dramatically, but naturally, whenever we add something to the game, it adds more options. More options tend to increase the power overall, even if we're trying to keep it relatively similar, just because there's more optimizations you can make. So there will be we'll have to be continually rebalancing the game forever.
Can we get the proper in-game tech tree?
Construction
Probably not,
complete.
for the reason why I mentioned before that it's beefy. We have a very large tech tree.
Science division.
Is
reports
buffing
new breakthrough.
espionage still on the table?
Oh yes, I mean we did just kind of buff it a little bit with the proxy wars, but
System reconnaissance
there
complete.
are Cosmogon has this as one of his near and dear to his heart things, kind of like how Iggy has hive minds. He would love to get dedicated time to improving espionage.
I am.
Science
And he
division.
sneaks little bits in every time he can.
I have heard so. Thoughts on planet building or star-based
Tracking
templates?
spaceborne life
We talked
form.
about planet templates a little bit before. We didn't.
Oh, we
Talk
giggled
about
about
that.
it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So the original design for colony designations was that you would be able to take, well, don't look at one of this, but you would be able to take one of these and be like, okay, this is a mining world, and then we wanted a option here that you could look at the plan and modify it. Because all of these are actually pretty basic template plans of, try to build this and this and this and this in this order as you can. People demand a molluscoid update.
Yes, they actually asked a few times. It wasn't in the form of a question, so I didn't read it.
Oh, I think that's the same person asking repeatedly, though.
Maybe, but I mean, we appreciate the dedication.
We added a molluscoid in the last season, the starfish.
Oh yeah. Oh, mollusk. Oh yeah.
Or
it
not
was a
starfish, but
yeah.
the stargazer. That was molluscoid.
It was starfish conglomerate. It looked like. a little
And
bit.
biogenesis added molluscoid improvements, I think, because it added phenotype traits. Although I think that the stargazer doesn't have the chromologs, which it should.
Are there any plans for the galactic community, or is it gonna stay the way it is this year?
I mean, only how it interacts with the other systems in general. The custodian and emperorship is probably the part that needs the most attention there, I think. This poor planet, I've utterly ignored it. Hey, this one's got Betharian. Oh no, this is my Betharian one. The other one. This is the one that I haven't even looked at. I colonized it like, 10 years ago, and I haven't even built anything on it.
Oh my god, we are already in 2221.
And that's only because I paused it. a
Uh-huh.
while ago.
It's too fast, too fast.
Slow it down.
There's the Obama meme with the medals.
Okay.
Any plans to make ring wars and Gaia wars a
System
little more
reconnaissance
interesting,
completed.
like exclusive district specializations? Troll and panel colonies, I feel need some love too.
Ring worlds do have some of their little unique elements to them. What was the other one? Penal colonies? Gaia. Gaia worlds, we made the pop growth planet just recently. I'm not sure if that's in the open bid or if that was in 4.2. I think that might have been in 4.2. It's one of my sort of I wish we did this things is for Gaia world and Tomb worlds to not actually be planet classes, but instead be planet modifiers. So you would have an Arctic Tomb world or an Arctic Gaia world, that sort of thing. I don't know about that one. That gets a little weird. But that way there could be a little more variety in some of this. It would really mess up a lot of things though, which is why we've never done it. I've been talking about doing that for like 3 years now.
Are you guys aware and planning, it's fixed for anytime soon, of the bug with penal colonies? I am not aware of anything.
They're not very good right now, especially. They're on the list of things to look at, but it's much lower priority than many other things, because it is sort of a standalone, small thing. Planetary automation and AI are in front of it in the line, as well as the slavery work.
Mollusks only got 3 traits. This is a grave injustice. Is it though?
Definitely.
What's your guy's favorite government type? Megacorp, Hive, Democratic, etc.
Megacorps probably. This is why, like, half the time in the MPs and stuff like that, I'm playing some sort of weird thing. Although, actually, it's either that or just alt machine intelligence right now. But that's mostly because of Obsessional Directive, which is the best civic in the game. Not because it's good, but because it's, because it's Obsessional Directive.
I like all the role-playing opportunity I can get playing an
Recon
Imperial
pass
Government.
completed.
I guess like that kind of fantasy spin on a galaxy. You have an emperor, a knight, a paladin. That's my kind of thing.
I actually like democracies too, because sometimes I like playing the nice diplomatic guy.
I see.
Yay! The plague has run its course. Age of Warlords has come to an end. Number of warrior societies are flourishing. Grateful to be alive, the people look to their leaders for strong and determined rule. Good. Good for them. Justified ends, they're happy. Nice. Good for them.
Any plans to expand traits? More phenotype traits and more advanced traits?
We always add more traits. That's like one of the common pieces of content that are fun to make and interesting. Hellish Oasis. Nice.
Any plans to do a passover on older origins?
That's another one. That's a standard sort of balancing pass where, we the custodians go through and look at things occasionally. I see. Approximately how much longer will the update be in beta? It's kind of one of those crosses between as long as it needs. But I'm pretty happy with how the beta's been going so far. So I imagine that it will likely go live sometime in March. The Hyacinth must be there.
I got information about the penal colonies bulk.
Oh, nice.
Is that they lost their penal districts.
Oh, yes.
What type of habitat are the space habitats? O'Neill cylinders, Stanford torus, or Bernal spheres?
They're not O'Neill cylinders because they're not rotating. I think I'd need the quick description of each type. But we also tend not to say exactly how things work in Stellaris, because that way you can use your own headcanon to determine what the shtick behind them is.
Yeah. We also don't
Recon
want to
pass
spoil
completed.
future technologies. Let's have the people have some fun doing some research, right?
Construction
Why
complete.
would we spoil them?
Well, no, these are all like actual theorized things, which are
What kind of changes are planned for slaves? I've been holding off playing them because I found them a bit
Division
too
report
hard to
success.
micromanage.
I'd like to reduce the level of micromanagement. Things that are alien topography. Sorry. Okay, so things that I'd like to do with slaves is they should no longer be their own category. Instead, they should be a Boolean on pop groups, either enslaved by species, by strata, or maybe by pop group itself. So this way we can handle both authoritarians and xenophobes easily. Like xenophobes can go, all aliens are enslaved. And then they just get tagged as I am enslaved. Instead of the hoops that we jump through right now where they go through a processing job in order to become slaves and then they get lost on the UI and stuff like that. Like there's all sorts of weird edge cases that occurred from here, which is why I want to redo the system. We've cleaned up a lot of them, but not all of them. If you enslave by strata, you can do something like slaver guilds used to be, where it's like, okay, all workers on this planet are enslaved. That's one of the sort of things that I want to be able to do. Although actually we'd probably, to make it less micromanaging, be all workers on planets that are designated as mining, generator, or farming, or agricultural are enslaved. So stuff like that. And then if we do enslave by pop group, you would select the pop group here. Right there, you go. You We don't like militarists. And then here you would press the enslave button and you get that whip crack sound from 1.03. That's the most important part, the whip crack sound. And then they would gain the enslaved mark, and then everything would just work normally. I'm sure.
Yeah, no problem at all. It's not going to be any side effect.
But it'll fix a lot of the weird edge cases that we have, because they'll still actually be workers. They will just be worker slaves.
New sit rep.
Glad to see the ship behavior fixes. Are mixed fleets still
Science Division
suboptimal
reports
compared to
success.
mono fleets in terms
Skywatch
of
has
behavior?
sighted a spaceborne
Hopefully
life
not.
form.
That was what we were trying to fix today with today's update.
Nice.
You'll let me know if it worked, right?
Can playing tall get some love? Currently, play wide is the only way to be strong. If you play tall, currently you're gonna fall behind and lose.
That's not necessarily true.
Complete.
It is easier to play wide, but there are plenty of tall options out there, especially if you use some of the things like virtuality or things like that. Not so much sovereign guardianship anymore. We kind of over-nerfed that, I think. But we'll see. Virtuality is definitely better tall than wide.
Approximately, how much longer will this update be in beta?
I already answered that.
Yeah.
It is likely to go live sometime during March.
Skywatch has sighted a spaceborne life form.
I hope you're hyped. Did we meet anybody in the galaxy yet?
No, it's beautiful. We met Tianki and ancient mining drones.
Yes. Did we kill them? Not yet.
Not yet. We're actually very weak. I haven't been building my fleet because we haven't met anyone yet.
Skywatch has sighted a spaceborne life form.
Let's see. Any plans on having ships not be endlessly updatable? E.g., starting game Corvette, sticking around for 300 years to simply get new weapons slapped on and be as good as newly produced ones. Actually, no. This was one of the reasons why we didn't go with the Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 experiment that I was talking about in one of the dev diaries. It was unfun. It added elements of micromanagement and just like awkwardness that were distinctly unenjoyable.
What are Bio-Empire options for building tall, as they don't have virtual?
I suggest going to the community and asking them for their plans on strategy. Basically, most of them are... The tall empires are more able to keep their empire size low, especially after the changes in 4.3, where we've dramatically reduced things that reduce empire sprawl. Which means that you can tech up faster. You can probably get to cosmogenesis more easily, that sort of thing. And generally anything that you'll be, as a tall empire, you're able to ascend faster than a wide one, partially because of the sprawl being different.
Any plans for...
Okay, so, using stealthy individuals and tractor beams, we're able to successfully collect, analyze, and study unsuspecting individuals from that pre-FTL planet that we've been torturing, and returning them to their dwellings. Unfortunately, the tractor beams had an unexpected effect on their physiology. After being returned to their homes, the specimens started suffering from boils, rashes, and uncontrollable sneezing, experiencing a total dissolution of their outer tissue layers within 3 hours from their return. The mysterious skin-dissolving illness has already become a national health emergency, and autopsies will doubtlessly reveal proof of external tampering. So we could re-kidnap them to study the effects of our beams. We could decrease tractor power beams and lay low for a while, or increase it and test out on the natives. Okay, yeah, we're beep.
Science Division
I think increasing
reports
was
an
Yeah, we
increase.
did.
I think it was a good choice.
It was definitely a good choice because now we're,
Any plans to add more options of the buffer weapons for non-bio ships? Not counting the psi weapon.
It's something that could happen at any time. It's now a tool that's in our arsenal. So as we create new content, that's where it's more likely to appear, or most likely to appear.
Oh, there is another question about the plans for peace deal and war changes. Any plans for peace deal and war changes?
It's something that would be neat. I'm not thrilled with war resolution right now.
System reconnaissance completed.
There are many, many changes that we'd love to do. Yay, technical terraforming.
New sit rep.
Don't go away. You asked for the money. Yay.
I think it is time
Special
to
project
actually speed
complete.
up to the fastest for the few minutes that are remaining.
Oh, is it almost time?
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Let's see if we can get to 2,230.
Construction complete.
oh, we will. Like it's like
It feels
30
so good.
30 seconds a year,
Yeah.
if that. It's probably faster than that.
It feels so good. Any chance of having the spacebar be able to pause in MP games?
That
Construction complete.
I think we've been able to we've done that occasionally, and it's super annoying,
Yeah.
especially when the person who is running, what was it? The host could do it,
Yeah,
or is
the
that
host could do
only
it,
in
yeah.
RD?
Yeah,
Or
I
if
think
host can do it in
that
general.
I don't know in Stellaris, but I think in other games we've done that with the spacebar you can pause if you're the
Science
hoster.
division.
But
Report.
trust me, I have been hosting some games, and the problem
It's
is that
painful.
I am really used to just hit spacebar all the time when I see something that I want to read, and the other people in the multiplayer game they hate it.
Science
The game is
division
too fast
report
now.
success.
No, there's no too fast.
No, it is too fast. It's like literally unplayable. You know, a year went by while I was picking, I don't know what, automated exploration
Skywatch has cited
protocols.
a
Yes.
spaceborne life form.
Granted, this computer is bonkers strong, so it may not be quite this insane on your machine.
But still, it is a joy to see. Look,
It is.
2,230. We actually reached it.
Yeah, I told you. Like,
It is a joy to see that.
okay, so I'm going to continue this game next week, maybe, unless we decide to do something else.
There is one last question.
Yeah,
It is
we
very
can
long.
Keep asking questions.
One
It's
last
just
question.
now us again.
Huh? Okay. So, my last question, I almost have to go. How do you guys, generally speaking, measure balance between things? For example, between civics. I ask because the recent changes to aristocratic elite and polis state were really bad, while we have some really OP civics untouched.
So right now we're in the phase where we brutally cut a lot of things down. Increasing the power we're going to be much more careful with, which is why things like aristocratic elite got such minor changes and police state got such minor changes here. We wanted to increase them a little bit without doing a significant, like, massive overbuff. We'd rather have it underbuffed and then touch it again than have it, be something that we're going to need to nerf again, 3 months down the line.
Yeah.
We're not done going through all of the existing civics because there are still some that are outstanding and need fixing. There are a couple that we've overly harmed. Tank bound, especially if you're an infernal, isn't working great right now in the open beta, but I have some ideas on what we can do there. So, let's see, what else is there?
I don't see any more questions.
There's a lot of questions, but
Is it possible to trade system peacefully with AI in the future?
right now you can trade systems with the AI as long as they have a claim on it or you're adjacent to each other. The reason we don't let you freely trade systems with the AI and why they don't value them is because in the past when we've let them do it, you guys have abused this tremendously in horrible, horrible ways. Okay, the ancient refinery is overpowered. That is quite possible.
Do you have any plans to reduce the gains from ancient refinery? Oh yeah,
that was
exactly what we were reading.
Yeah. Let's see. What about for MP players? Haha. That's actually what they're working on right now.
Oh yes.
They're working on multiplayer stability primarily because as we've shown here, the performance is at a point where we're pretty happy with it. So multiplayer stability and
I actually can use a couple of minutes to talk about technical things for a little bit of a second. So basically what happened is that a lot of the things that make the game a little bit slower are calculations that we do for the sake of keeping the game in sync during multiplayer. That means that reworking the game to make sure that we gain massive performance improvements like the ones that we could see at the moment are potentially dangerous from the side of multiplayer stability, and that is why just after working on performance we had to make sure that the multiplayer stability level is on an appropriate level.
All right.
It wasn't that technical though, but
That wasn't super technical.
nah. It felt more technical in my mind. I don't know why.
Let's see. Can we add a nameless creator? I want to make a mod for them, but now I can't get achievements. I don't think we really have a plan on doing anything along those lines.
Any plans to limit complexity, like force the player to pick a couple of mechanics they want to interact with this playthrough?
That would be difficult, especially with our UI system. Like in the past, we've talked about, like what if in the tutorial, sort of like there were tutorial stages and stuff like that where we would ease you into some of the mechanics of the game, and hiding things by itself is almost traumatizing to the developers, not to you guys.
I mean, I think that having automations that work would be a first step. You could automate the systems that you are not interested in engaging with, and then play with the system that you're more interested in. But
yeah, Alfred points out you can play a Gestalt like a Hive Mind or something like that, which is one way of limiting some of them, but that introduces other, quirks of gameplay.
yeah,
So I guess what we could do is introduce more unique origins that focus on different aspects of the game.
yeah.
That's theoretically a possibility. Playing co-op is also actually a good way of doing this, because that way you can be like, okay, you handle economy, I'll handle war, and then you handle diplomacy.
Yeah,
We sometimes do that in the dev MPs.
it's actually a lot of fun. You can have like real life ministers of an empire in the game.
Yeah, let's see.
Option to threat war for a system, like either give us system or war.
Making demands and things like that is something that would be fun in a like war and politics sort of thing. No promises or anything like that, but it would be cool. Da-da-da-da. I've had to trade 10 systems to get 9 back to give an ally 1 system. It's a pretty big problem for multiplayer. You can vassalize your ally, then absorb them, and then release them. No, that would take like 20 years. Let's see. I mentioned this last stream, but
Yeah.
could we get some more start system types? Maybe Sol, where you start on Mars? It is theoretically possible. This is also something that I welcome modders to add, because system initializers are a thing that's available to modify and fun.
I like that.
Oh yeah, and then Duplo hot joined into my empire in a dev MP and renamed the leader after himself, and then left after causing a noose.
The thing is that it wasn't just a leader. I
Yeah, you
also
renamed all of his systems
all the
to the
systems,
same thing.
Yeah, no, it wasn't the same thing. It was
Oh.
variations of my name, and then I renamed all the councillors and variations of my name, as it's supposed to be. And then I out of sync and left. That was a very, very important part of the game.
Okay, let's see. What about relic trading? So, not specimens is specified in the question. As you've seen with specimens, the AI is hilariously bad at estimating their value. I think that they'll be even worse at estimating the value of a relic. I mean, they're just not going to be able to figure it out. Well,
Yeah.
we can try potentially, but for players only. Okay.
Are there any plans to make efficiency buff in the buildings a little bit better? At current, you need to have like 20 district for the 5% buff to equal to 100 jobs from a job building.
We will. That back to my answer about we're being very miserly with bonuses. It's more likely that the job building would change there than the buffing building, because flat job buildings were actually not intended to be part of the 4.0 scheme.
Yeah.
They got added during the 4.0 open beta because people wanted them, but I think that it may have been a mistake to add them. They encourage certain sort of things like let me build one of each district so I can get the building slots and then fill them with flat job buildings because this is a more efficient use of my time, of my resources and things like that I don't particularly love. So. Yeah, and there's Alfred's comment of, I want to kill those buildings with fire. I would, rather than kill them with fire, I would rather replace them with something else. I got the UX or 2D UI artist pretty excited when I floated. Could we do a 3 buildings that would go into like your mining districts that make up a triptych? So it's like a part in your generator district, a particle collider that is 3 buildings wide.
That would be actually
it would be super cool.
It would be pretty cool, actually.
That would be. Gabs was super excited about that.
Yeah, that would be like.
So that's something that might happen at some point in the distant future.
I have another question here. Any plans for scriptable game start options?
I don't know. Or do you have any plans for scriptable game start options?
I don't know.
You could.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. If you have the types of things that you would want to script into this, let us know. I do want to do some sort of thing with scenarios at some point where you could change the nature of the game based on these sorts of things. But
it would be pretty cool.
We'll see. That it would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
We are like well past our time though, so
let's
do like 3 more questions.
Sounds like we are expired.
Like sour milk. So let's see.
Do you have any origins? What?
Do you have any origins that were shelved that you'd like to bring back or integrate that you can speak about? We've done a lot of them. Like Broken Shackles was one that was originally going to be in Federations as escaped slaves. And it ended up getting revived for First Contact. I'm sure we have more. I just can't think of them off the top of my head at this point. The CDs usually have a tremendous list of ideas, and then they implement like a third of them. So our backlog of concepts and ideas is just permanently growing.
I just want to be able to set my edicts before the game starts so I can save the changes rather than setting them every single game.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Same thing with policies. You might want to be like, or even on as a, I create my empire and then if I could set some of the things and then export it.
I mean, making it part of the empire creation, you mean?
Yeah, somehow.
And then you can save it when you save the empire.
Well, we'll make him think about it.
Maybe. Let's think about it.
Okay, one more question. Let's see. Stream age greater than stream lifetime. Chance of stream ending with each minute 2%. That wasn't a question. So, let's see. I understand that the AI is bad at valuing things, but having the possibility for players is very important for MP IMO. Many things could receive the same treatment as system trade, player only. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could always just, declare war on them as a barbaric despoiler and steal it. No, yeah, relic trade is something that could theoretically happen.
The ability to set initial lows as part of
custom empire would be great. Yeah, I think so. As long as we're requesting random things, I want to be able to change my flag in the middle of gameplay. Like, if I become, change my government type or something like that, then be like, okay, it's time to change to, the big drippy toxoid skull, and
yes,
now it's off to war, stuff like that.
Do you guys have metrics for measuring AI skill
or lack thereof? Yes. We do. Alfred also wants to change the Ledrin's flag mid-game after I've asked last. That doesn't happen much.
Oh my god! Changing the flag mid-game
because
would be
then Duplo will join your empire and change your flag. It'll be
yes,
very pink.
That would be exactly what I will do.
Okay. Yeah, the Galactic Empire does already change your flag. Yes, it does.
I want to be able to change in and out of Hive mind. But why? I mean,
you can do it as a pre-FTL society. It actually, like, back when we were doing biogenesis, one of the things that we were talking about is, and actually back even in Machine Age, for Machine Age, we were like, hey, should we do the Pinocchio fantasy, which would be an ascension that makes you organic as opposed to synthetic, which is the other way around. One of the big roadblocks we had there is that at the time, we had 8 years of content that all assumed that if you were organic, that you evolved. So all of that content would need custom rewriting. So that was actually what prevented Pinocchio from happening. And similarly, when we were doing biogenesis, the into a hive mind or out of a hive mind, same thing, that there was just too much content debt that we would have to rewrite.
But Pinocchio would be such a good, funny way of playing the games. Like
Yeah, that's what we nicknamed it internally.
Yeah.
Biggest disappointment is when a vessel is released and their flag is ugly. That's when you destroy them. This message was endorsed by the Commonwealth of Man.
But yeah, it would actually be cool to design the flag of the vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're my...
There was a Xenonian thing about that. The like pacifists that ended up with the skull icon. Like, there it is. Yeah, Alfred posted it.
Nice.
Yeah, newly released Vassal has the ugliest flag you have ever seen. It is an excellent article. Okay, well, with that, I think that we're going to have to go.
Yes.
We'll be around next week. Well, he might not. I don't know.
I don't know yet.
Maybe we'll see. I'll probably have an Italian with me. And yeah, thanks for stopping by.